Hello and good afternoon from Eustis, Florida. Today, I'm just walking around. I am glad that we are finally back in Florida, back where the sun is, because California was really cold, being 50s, high of 60s. So it's nice to be back here. I am going to be talking about our experience at the Anaheim Desert Inn and Suites because, wow, it was a doozy. Out of respect, I'm not going to be mentioning anybody's names that we interacted with and had this really bad experience with, but I'm going to take a seat to tell you this story. So it all started when we arrived to LAX. That was actually a cheaper airport than going into the one closest to Disneyland. Then we started looking at Ubers, Lyfts, vans that would take us over to our hotel and found that a rental car is actually cheaper than doing an Uber or Lyft, which is kind of shocking. It was only about a 30 to 40 minute drive to get over to Disneyland or the resort we were staying at, Anaheim Desert Inn. I pulled up to the port cashier and stopped, let Lindsay out so she could go to the front desk and just say, hey, we're here, we know we're early and we don't expect a room to be ready for us, but we're just gonna hang out and park the car and go to Disneyland. The valet actually approached me while Lindsay was inside. He came up, I explained that, hey, I'm only gonna be there for maybe 3 to 4 minutes, just so we can see if our room's ready. And he said, that's completely fine. I'm not even gonna take your vehicle because I do have to take your vehicle since it is a small parking lot. At that moment, Lindsay walked out and told me that the room wasn't ready. We told the valet, hey, our room's not gonna be ready for a few hours. Is it okay if we just park the vehicle? And he completely said, yes, it's completely fine. I'm not gonna charge you for the parking. It's normally about $29 for the day. Amelia started to get hungry, so we parked, got out, fed her, and not even 3 to 4 minutes later, we had the valet manager seek us out. He said he was walking around checking the parking, but he stopped at our car and didn't continue, so of course he was looking for us. He stopped and told us, no, I am gonna charge you the $29. I don't care how long you're gonna be here, we are gonna make you pay for it. And we explained, one of your valet actually said it was gonna be complimentary since it is only a few hours. He said he didn't have the authorization to give that authority and said, I don't care, I'm gonna charge you the $29. Then we said, all right, we'll talk to you in just a little bit because we need to feed Amelia. After we got done feeding Amelia, we went over to the port cashier where the valet team was located at their little podium, talked to the manager and just said, hey, one of your team offered us complimentary parking just because it's only a few hours. And he said, I don't care, he didn't have the authority to offer you that. I'm not gonna waive the fee. You are gonna be paying the $29.99. We decided to talk to him for a little bit, just saying, hey, you need to honor what your staff is saying. And he said, no, I'm not gonna honor it. I am gonna make you pay the $29. We thought that was unacceptable. So we went inside, talked to the front desk, and talked to one of their leaders or managers. And she said, well, that's their policy. He is one of the managers. And I don't think there's anything that we can do to waive that $29 fee. So after talking to the front desk for a little while, we knew that we weren't going to get anywhere because the hotel manager or supervisor did not want to waive the $29 fee and just kept saying, that's the policy, kind of pushing it back on valet even though they're representing their hotel, especially the first ones that you go and greeted by. So then we decided, all right, it's enough, let's just deal with this later. We're gonna go have fun, go play at Disneyland. And that's what we ended up doing. We came back later that night and that's when we got our room ready, but there was another unexpected experience. We got to our room and discovered that the AC unit in the room was flooding the room, and that was right next to the front door. We called the maintenance team or the front desk and said, hey, the AC in here is flooding the room. You might want to have someone come and check it out. But we told them not to worry about it that night because we were headed to bed, and we said, hey, do it tomorrow because we'll be at Disneyland pretty much all day. They came the next day and fixed the AC unit so that way the water is running outside instead of inside, where it was creating a puddle right next to the front door and couch. We still had a really bad taste from what happened when we first arrived, so we were like, all right, we need to go talk to someone else and see if we can talk to like the general manager or owner or another manager so that way they can know the bad experience. We got back to the front desk and told them again, hey, we need to talk to someone about this. And they said, there's nothing that we can do. That's our policy. You need to go talk to the valet manager. So Lindsay decided to go and talk to the valet manager. They got in a heated discussion where even the manager said to Lindsay, you need to fix your face. I don't like your face. And we're like, whoa, I can't believe you're talking to a customer this way. And he just kept saying, I don't care what my employee told any of you. I am gonna charge you the $29 fee. But he was yelling at her. And I was like, this is unacceptable. We even tried writing an email to the hotel and to the company that was running valet, and no one got back to us. Even the hotel manager did call us, but they just kept saying, well, there's nothing we can do. It's hotel policy. There's nothing we can do. And we're like, wow, this hotel, no wonder why it's a 3-star hotel. It's got some really mixed reviews where a lot of them are positive, but a lot of them are negative too. Now you think the story would end there. No, it keeps going. Lindsay wanted one of the beds not to be cleaned or touched, so she put a whole bunch of different things on it. Luggage, even her Z-Pack machine, because she does have to use that while she's sleeping, and even a couple toys, pacifiers, bottles. We came back from the park and discovered that that whole bed was rearranged. The Z-Pack machine was moved right next to where the clock radio was, and all the luggage was put over by the TV. The bottles were touched and put on a nightstand. So Lindsay was not happy at all, because I don't blame her. That medical equipment, especially when you have to sanitize it, and the bottles and the pacifiers, that was a lot of extra work that was not needed. We went back to the front desk and said, hey, this is not acceptable. We put it on there and we didn't want you to touch that bed. And they said, well, that's our policy. Every hotel has a different policy, but our policy is if you leave anything on the bed, we will move it so that we can make the bed. And we're like, even medical equipment? And they said, yes, we will move your medical equipment too. We were really shocked, and we were like, this is not okay. Like, you guys keep dropping the ball each and every step of the way. The only good thing about this hotel so far, that it was clean. That's pretty much it. So we asked for compensation, and they said, sorry, we're not going to give you any compensation for the flood or for moving any of your stuff or even the experience that you had with valet. We were really shocked, and we said, wow, we'll never come back here again, but we will fight the $29 fee with the credit card company. And immediately they started typing on their computer, putting in lots and lots of notes, trying to dispute the $29. It's going to be really interesting, and hopefully we get it back. But wow, was this resort a big fail. I don't recommend this resort to anybody whatsoever. If you want good customer service, you want good experience, don't go to Anaheim Desert Inn, because you will get the worst experience that you've ever had. Normally I don't do bad reviews, I normally try to stay positive, but this one bothered us so much that I had to talk about our experience and give you all of the facts and experiences that we went through, so that way hopefully you never have to go through this, especially if you want good service. So thank you so much for joining me on today's adventure. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'll be taking you on other fun adventures, and if there's anything else that happens, we will take you on those too. But hit that notification button so you get notified every time we come out with a future video, and give this video a big thumbs up. Otherwise, we will see you down the road.